Hello, everyone, and welcome back to a brand new episode of the PokerGO podcast. We are here at the 2025 World Series Poker. A little bit of a different look for all of you that are on video because we are here at the Horseshoe. We are on set, on the floor. You look
on
like
the floor.
You look like an idiot.
We're under the bright lights.
Every day.
It's the bright lights.
This light is pretty bright. This light is pretty bright. All right. So today, it was my first full day at the World Series of Poker. It is Wednesday evening, just past 11 p.m., May 28th. I just wrapped up with a stint of commentary over at the Venetian. Pretty wild game. Brian Oken and JRB hosting. 3Coin was in there. Absolutely outrageous poker that was being played over at Venetian.
How many hats did he wear? That's what I want to know. What was the hat counter?
For sure, two.
Okay.
For sure, two, if not three. It was definitely two, but it might have been three. I can't remember exactly. He might have had a one on earlier in the stream that I just wasn't really paying attention to. But that is what it is. We're back here at the Horseshoe at Paris for the 2025 World Series of Poker. So you and I walked around today.
Yep.
And yeah, I mean, I guess my big takeaways are it's kind of the same thing every single year in that the very beginning of the WSOP always feels like the very end. There's just not much going on.
Yes.
It's still kind of like that early, like ushering everything in. There's only a couple events. Things are kind of like starting to play down. The rooms aren't like jam-packed. The hallways aren't jam-packed,
Stuff's still getting built.
Yeah, of course. Definitely stuff in here. I mean, I know people can't see it, but everything is getting still built with our set, with the stage. There's going to be a bit of a new look to the mothership, as people call it. A whole bunch of LED walls are all over the place. We got with the times.
We're spending more than 3Coin on
we might be spending more than 3 Bitcoin on the new set. But here we are. So it's going to be a good summer. Today kicked off the 5K No Limit Hold'em, which is kind of the event that I want to hit on first. You and I walk the field. I don't really know what it is, but walking that field, I was like, man, this feels like a pretty good tournament. There's a lot of people in there, like they make this a good field.
You know what? I agree because a listener of the pod, a poker player, a PGT player, he posted a little story on his Instagram of his table. I immediately sent him a message. If you can't beat this table, book your flight home now because you don't deserve to be here anymore. But yeah, lots of people we didn't recognize. You were thinking a 5K opening high roller-ish event of the World Series. You'd see a lot more big name notables, not a lot of, as some people may call dead money. We're not going to use that phrase, but
we can if we want to.
We're not going to use it. Some people.
There were plenty of people that I played with in the Win $600 tournament that were also in that 5K. Dead money, 100%.
Well, you're a little different.
100%.
Either way, lots of fresh faces, and it looked like a pretty good tournament to jump in. And we spoke to John Riordan on the rail, and he was like, "I might get in if it looks good." Well, John, it looks good.
Yeah, but John didn't want to get in and risk missing the 5K PLO, which I guess is a scheduling question mark that I would have early.
Maybe
I wouldn't know. Listen, oversight is like overly negative.
Okay.
Listen, at some point when you're cramming in 100 tournaments in 7 weeks, you're just going to have overlap. That's just how it is. And
a scheduling hiccup.
Ultimately, the players are going to have to deal with it. So it's not that big of a deal. But for him, for John Riordan, he really wants to be sure that he can get into that 5K PLO, and so he didn't. At least he wasn't planning on firing the 5K no limit, which is also an extended tournament. Most tournaments that make up the WSOP schedule are 3 days. This one is a 4-day event. So, he was like, it's a good structure. It's going to be drawn out, But, from John Riordan, he said, I could bubble that tournament and miss the 5K PLO, which would be like the double bad beat for him. So he was thinking about not getting in there. Here's another thing. I'm kind of a little bit confused, I guess you will say, on like where I'm supposed to be going for coverage. Like there's Poker News.
Yes.
There's also the WSOP Plus app. Like, I don't really know where I'm supposed to go. What's the most up to date? Like, it's kind of tricky. Like, I'm on Poker News right now, and I'm trying to look at these 5K no limit hold'em chip counts. But I also know that some of these chip counts are the exact same chip counts that I saw at like 5 o'clock before I left to go do commentary. So, I mean, yes, there's a chance those people have the same chips, but it's probably more likely that they're just not updated. So then should I go to the WSOP Plus app? But like, what is the, I mean, you know, some of the people that are
What's
working.
the GTO move?
No. What is, obviously the WSOP and WSOP Plus team, like they have people updating tournament stuff, chip counts. Like, so are they doing like, because is it like one person per table? Is it like one person per 10 tables? Like how? I don't understand. I don't exactly understand what's going on.
So
like basically, I need someone to like sit me down.
This. You know, we could call one over. Well,
you know what? Well, you know what? You know how sometimes you go to a casino and you don't know how to play craps, but they'll like do a little craps seminar for you. I need a WSOP Plus seminar.
I'm here for you.
I need a WSOP Plus seminar.
Okay. WSOP Plus team, pretty small, couple guys. One on site, 2 remote. Those 2 remote guys are coming soon. They're basically doing counts throughout the tournament, you know, getting the big stacks, writing a few hands, putting some posts in the stories. You'll see them as basically WSOP, Jim, etc. And along with that, the one thing you need to know is that the dealers are doing the chip counts on the break. So pretty much every break, you're getting a fresh round of chip counts from the dealers. You know, you've also got WSOP Plus team chiming in, and you can also update your own chip counts in the app, I believe, in the story. So you go if you're playing the event, let's say, you know, you're in the Colossus, you can, you know, write a story. Oh, I just doubled up. Here's my chip count, and it will update that way too. So lots of different ways. I would say a little more up to date than Poker News, but less hands. So if you want the hands, you go to Poker News. You want the chip count, the seed draw, and that kind of stuff, the clock, you can go to obviously WSOP Plus app. And what's good for you and me, you know, when you were going over at Venetian, I was going for a walk with our photographer, Miguel, over here. Walked into that other room. We were going to go check out the Mystery Millions. You know, it was going to bag soon. Quick scroll, top 20 chip counts. No one I really needed a photo of. Moved on, went to the Omaha high-low. I knew Clyde Gaskins. Snack Attack Gaskins was still in. I was like, you know what? We need a photo of Clyde. Loyal dealer at the PokerGO studio. Typed Clyde Gaskins in the search bar, gave me his seat number, 221C3. We went straight to 221C3, and he had 8 big bets, so not a lot. It could have busted. Got a couple photos, and then we started doing the other room. So the beauty, I think, of WSOP Plus for the media side is that, you know, we can find names, we can find where people are sitting. You know, similar to what Poker News do with MyStack, you can update your chip counts. You can see other people's chip counts. You can see who's at your table. So I think there's positives from both players, media, and also I talk to nearly every staff member here that I have a relationship with, the tournament directors. They love it. They absolutely love it. They think it's a merging of Poker Atlas and K Hold'em. They're taking the best of that, of each of them, put it together, making their life a million times easier. So if the staff have signed off on, you know, WSOP Plus, I think that's a pretty good thing. So I'm going to look at both, but when I'm walking around, I'm going to pull up WSOP Plus. I can see the clock instantly, and I can see, you know, the chip count, see where people sit, and kind of go from there. And then, you know, you're going to get your updates however you want outside of that.
So I heard, maybe you'll be able to confirm because you might be more in the know than I am.
Okay.
I heard that WSOP Plus app is also getting a hand feed from Poker News. Or are they just like writing the same hands as Poker News at times?
Yeah, so they currently have, like I said, 2 remote guys. They'll be back in soon. And they were cross-posting, you know, taking some of the Poker News hands, putting them in the WSOP Plus story. It's kind of like a Twitter timeline, I guess is a good way to say it. Now,
but what I'm getting at is that is like basically a handshake agreement between them. Like they're not like stealing the content. They like are okay to do it.
I think they're okay to do it.
Okay,
yeah.
And the reason why I'm asking is then like why isn't Poker News then saying like, hey, we want the chip counts, specifically the chip counts that are counted by the dealer on every break to filter into our chip counts. Like that should be the
filtered though. It's not an automatic thing.
No, but I'm saying, but those chip counts the dealers do at the table and they go into WSOP Plus.
Yeah.
Those should also go through to PokerNews.com. That should be the quid pro quo here.
No,
you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours type of thing.
Because the WSOP Plus guys aren't. It's not a feed. They're rewriting it themselves, just like Poker News.
Well,
could
you know
take
what?
the chip
You know
counts
what?
and rewrite
I
that.
will be willing to bet you whatever you want that these two dev teams can figure out a feed. Okay, I would be willing to lay a large wager on that.
I would agree
so
with that
let's
too.
just figure it out.
Yeah. But here's the thing: there's 2 events yesterday. There's 4 events today. Right? Come day 12 of the World Series, where there's 9 events going on and just nonstop stuff and final tables, I don't think we're going to see a lot of this cross-posting. With only a small number of WSOP Plus team members, I think they're going to be focused on their event or their moment or whatever kind of thing they're covering, and we won't see a lot of that. So, still go to Poker News, get your hands, still go to WSOP Plus for kind of seat draws and everything like that. That's my theory anyway.
Okay. I mean, I'm just kind of, it's still all pretty new. Obviously, I mean, every year there's that little acclimation period for everyone. I'm still kind of going through it, so I'm also just here to talk through it. I think this podcast is like an outlet for you and I to kind of always talk through our summers and our lives in poker. So that's just kind of what I'm doing. So I'm still trying to feel out, like how I want to get the updates, what I want to do. One thing that they got to change on WSP Plus, you got to deny people using these random screen names.
Well, yeah,
I mean, there was what was it? Was it Suck Dick 69? Literally was the name in the employees event with like 2 tables left.
You need to rephrase how you refer to the current chip leader of the 7 players remaining in the casino employees event.
Is he still listed as that? I mean, come on, real names. Let's go.
We've chatted a little bit over there. There was me, there was WSOP Plus member, Poker.org, Poker News guys. There should be some override, where you can do these changes, because what's going to happen at the end of the day when someone's going to try and write a winner story about
Suck Dick 69.
Suck Me 69.
Suck
winning.
Me 69.
He's still the chip leader, 7 left. So it is a little awkward. There should be a manual override. But like I said,
also,
let me see what's in the waiver. What does the waiver say? I'm sure the waiver says something about like this kind of thing where you can change the name or etc. So I don't know.
No, that should just be not. You should just have to use your real name. Come on.
Okay, would you have the same stance instead of it being Suck Me 69? It was like John's dad. Like it was just something really generic. No. I agree that it should be real names. The fact
First
that
of all,
this is a little
one of the
over
thing,
the line makes it a bit tougher.
The whole point about this app is so that people can follow and track the WSOP much better.
Yeah.
You can't do that when people are using, 123 SMD 75835. Like, well, what does that tell me anything? Like, it just seems silly.
I should better click. I can't believe we're going to say this guy's name again, but we click his name. I'm not going to say it. We're going to click his name, and under maybe
we're not doing anything wrong. It's literally what his name is listed as. Like, what are we supposed to do?
You should be able to click it, and then it would load his actual name. That'd be a way to do it too, right?
Well, no, it should just be. It's the same reason why you can't you can't pre this app. You can't give someone that name. I can't be like Suck Me 69 is my name.
I could change my name right now to Suck Me 68.
I know that's where you should or 70. You should go one better. I did whatever. I just think it's a bit ridiculous.
Outside of that, I love the app.
Yeah. I'm just saying I'm just pointing that out. Yeah. I think the app has been positive so far. I think there are still steps to be even more positive.
Yeah.
So that's like a positive outlook on things. I think that one, as players get more familiar with it, it'll be like your secondhand thing when you're here at the WSOP, which I think is great. One other suggestion about the app, the font size on everything is way too big. Like, it's just way too big.
I need to be able to read their whole name at a minimum. Like, you need to dial that
I need to be able to change the font
3.
size. You know how I am with my font size. Everything's really, really small. We just got to figure this out.
Yeah.
Okay. What's going on over there?
Look, we just lost.
Who did we lose?
Fellow media member Connor Richards, Poker News, in 7th place, I believe, in the industry employees event. We're just talking about the aforementioned name that I'm not going to say, but his name is Christopher Zollo. He is the current chip leader. Looks like we have 6 left, chasing $64,000 for first. I've got a buddy at the final table, so good luck,
Who?
Pedro.
Pedro, he plays at South Point.
He does, and he also deals sometimes on he's a dealer and a floor supervisor, deals up on the main stage, but he's
Okay.
still in. Another Poker Media member, Jeremy Geis, finished 12th place. PokerGo's own Keegan McCann, 29th place, $1,700.
Not good enough, Keegan.
Aces into queens, did not win that hand, and he was out. So, but good run to Keegan. But yeah, that's going to come to a conclusion maybe tonight. I don't know. I think I might need a third.
What do you mean maybe tonight? It's only 11:30. They need to finish this tournament. You know what? These people, this is the industry employees event. They got to work tomorrow. Okay, so this is how this has got to happen. You got to finish this out. I can't imagine the structure is a main event structure. So this should end.
It's the main event for these.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm just saying it's a little bit of a faster structure.
Yeah.
Fairly decent drop off in numbers in this event. 1,189 last year, 914 this year. Also, a drop off in the $1,500 Omaha 8 or better tournament.
That's registration's closed.
Yeah, I saw in the thing that the prize pool was confirmed. 928 last year, 910 this year.
That's
a
rounding error. That ain't a big drop off. That doesn't count as
a drop off. It's not a big drop off on its own. I will 100% agree with you, but I'm just saying that it's a trend.
It's a trend.
That is now two that I'm looking at. Okay, now I know some people were messaging us about the Mystery Millions tracking down. I think people are forgetting that those big field no limit hold'em tournaments, Mystery Millions, Millionaire Maker, Monster Stack, those tournaments have added a starting flight. So even if it seems like, oh my God, it's down 2,000 players, whatever, well, they're going to just make up for it all on the final day. So I wouldn't worry too much about that. The one thing that I will say on the Mystery Millions, though, is that you and I have talked about this many times. Final starting flight is on a Saturday, and you back it up from there. They started on a Tuesday after Memorial Day.
Friday, right?
Yeah.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. No, Friday is Saturday.
Oh, it is?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Listen, I think there's 5. I thought there was 3 last year and 4. Yeah, you're the fact man.
You said there was 5, or is it 4? Let's check.
No. I was thinking in my head that there was 3 last year and 4 this year. I don't know why I thought that, but whatever. I'm wrong. Don't hold me to that. I'm wrong. I'm probably going to be wrong 19,000 times.
Let's Rich right here put a Donnie's wrong.
You know what you need,
and bang.
You know what we need?
Donnie wrong counter.
The DNEG's oopsie meter.
Yeah,
we need the PokerGO podcast. Screw up meter.
Okay, 1 screw up meter 1.
But I'll correct myself. I just think that the first flight being Tuesday after Memorial Day weekend, like it's a little bit of a slow start. I'll say 1. People coming off a holiday weekend, they're going to probably try and get their ducks in a row if they're traveling, all that sort of stuff. Maybe coming on a Wednesday, coming on a Thursday, fire those final flights. Okay, fine. The other thing that I would be curious to look at is, the Win has a competing event, the $1,100 $1.5 million guarantee. Now,
so does Aria.
What does Aria have?
They have, I believe it's a 1K mystery bounty.
Why are all these people doing the same tournament at the same time?
Because
what are we doing?
Who knows?
Obviously the Mystery Millions is the biggest one of them all. You're not going to be able to win $1 million in those other tournaments. And not only can you win $1 million, you can win $1 million multiple times in the Mystery Millions because you could pull $1 million bounty and you could win first place.
Yeah.
So that's badass. I just think stacking all those on top, is going to be something. So I'm just curious. You and I, at least myself, sorry, I shouldn't put you in there with me because I'm going to be the dumb one a lot of times, and I don't want to rope you into my stupidness. But coming into the summer, I was more worried about how other venues might fare with things. So I'm curious, is that Win event hurting? Right? I haven't checked in on the numbers for it. Had a $1.5 million guarantee, $1,100 buy-in, so I would guess they need 1,500 runners in that one. So, how is that one doing? What's happening over at that Aria tournament? And then you can also say that, okay, if those are tracking, let's say the Win one is tracking to get 3 million in the prize pool. Well, you would assume that was taking away from the early days of Mystery Millions. Now, that's not to say the Mystery Millions isn't going to get there and be very big at the end of it because they still have starting flights to go on in the week. My other only question as it relates to starting the Mystery Millions now is, and I think I said this a couple episodes ago, is easing in because you have this new app.
Yeah.
So kind of starting a little bit slower to start and not just have a huge possible 20,000 entry field. But whatever. I think everything's going pretty well overall. We have heard things kind of on both sides. I think anything that I've heard that's been, I would deem as negative towards the app is more about like just having to wait in line, get verified, that sort of stuff. But once that's done, it seems like everything is very positive.
We had some people today, a friend of the podcast, Ben Ludlow, say he thought it was going to take hours, came in, took seconds.
Oh, there you
So
go.
I think it was mainly just, the first day or two.
Well, poker players are notoriously late to everything.
So I think, look, if you're at home listening to this pod and coming in, say, for, the Friday flight and you're coming in tomorrow, after work or something, it seems like you're not going to have too many issues. Obviously, there's going to be normal, people doing the same thing as you, but it seems like everything's starting to smooth out. A lot more staff are here now helping people, making sure they're done all the steps on WSOP Plus and they're ready to pretty much just verify and deposit money. So it's definitely, started bad. I think it's a lot better now, and I think we're on track for hopefully no more issues with this registration process.
Yeah, I mean it's not necessarily an issue. It's taking longer than I think people expected. I will also say that I think poker players are generally impatient. So
have you verified yet?
No, I mean I don't plan on playing another event. Yeah, but I don't plan on playing another event till the mini main event.
When's that?
Like July. So
that's forever already.
Yeah, so I don't know how to do anything. Why do I got to sign up?
Good point.
Actually, the next event that I would play is tag team with you.
We got to figure out what's going on with that one.
What do you mean? What's going on with that?
Well, do I buy in? Do you buy in? Do I buy in for half? Are you buying for half?
Couldn't tell you.
Exactly.
Couldn't tell you. Find out. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out later.
Yeah, I'm going to get that answer tomorrow.
Okay.
That's on my list to do. So I'm going to put on my notes.
So, 4 events right today. The other thing that stuck out to me walking through the Horseshoe and Paris is the new look, new feel, new layout of the Paris ballroom. They shifted where the cash game section is. You kind of walk into that room and it's like, boom, the cash game section is right there.
Mm-hmm.
I also said to you that it felt like there was fewer tables in there.
Yep.
And so things are a little bit more spaced out, but I like the new layout. Like I think it looks really good in there. I think it's nice and clean.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just kind of liked everything that they had going on over there. So it felt good. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Yeah. I don't know. Those are kind of my initial observations. What else you got? We spoke to Jeremy Osmus, the captain of Team DPMD.
Yep.
He said,
I tried to apply the pressure. You were telling him to chill.
Yeah, we don't need to apply any pressure. He's like, you got a lot of pressure on me. I don't care what you do, man. Just have fun this summer. Go win a bazillion bracelets.
I talked to quite a few poker players today, a lot of comments about the hair, first of all. A lot of well done with the draft. Texas Mike said well done. A couple of I had some other random people say good job doing that. Talked to ODB a little bit, called him out. He called me out.
Why?
As we do. He's like, what do you mean I was quiet? I'm like, I kind of said that because I know you're listening. And
he was very quiet.
Yeah, but whatever. Either way, it's,
I'm telling you, we need paddles.
I'll figure it out next year. But lots of positive comments on that. We might crown after the first bracelet winner of the World Series of Poker soon. So that's kind of exciting.
Your buddy.
Is he running it up?
He cracked aces with ace 10.
Baby.
With ace 10.
Yeah, as you should.
And they got it all in pre-flop. He hit a 4 flush.
That's how we do it.
That's how you win tournaments. Yeah. Pedro Green. Shout out Pedro. Let's go.
Being lucky is better than being good.
Poker News always has 1 or 2 guys that go really deep in this thing. They always seem to do very, very well. What else we got going on?
Well, we have Mystery Millions, Day 1B. That's coming to a close very soon, actually. It may have closed. Let's have a quick look.
I did think it was interesting that you can... We should ask about this to get clarification. Maybe it's just a rule that I'm overlooking, but... Because you can cash in all the flights.
Correct.
Like you could cash 5 times.
Yes.
Does that give me 5 fantasy points?
I want to know that.
That could be the difference of winning or losing fantasy, right? I mean, could it not?
That is true, and I'm looking at these chip counts. Jason DeWitt takes a hit. 9th place, 1.1 million. Elvis Tumas, 8th place, 1.1 million. A couple names I don't really know up the top.
Well, this is interesting. 25K fantasy, the prize pool, first place is
$1 million.
is the same as the year that we won it. They just
They
added.
added another place, and that's probably good though.
No, let's play for it all.
Our boy Sweet Lou AP Gaza, 820K.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at the chip counts of the Mystery Millions Flight 1B.
See, the thing is we record this podcast, the video version, on my iPhone, so I don't have access to the
sounds
app
like you need
right now.
another iPhone.
I know. You think the company will pay for that?
I talked to Ray Henson today, right? And he said, "Thank you." I go, "Huh?" He goes, "I was driving in. You know, he's from Houston, driving through the mountains of Denver or whatever it was to get. I don't know. Can you go through Denver to get to Vegas?"
I don't know.
He was driving yesterday.
Depends where he's coming from, but okay.
Houston. He's Houston.
Then I don't think you go through Denver.
I'm not really good with American geography. But he was driving. He goes, "You know what? I listened to the whole draft. I had it on my iPhone playing as I was driving."
Oh, that's real safe, Ray.
No, he said, "Look, it cut out a little bit. I was listening to it. I promise." But
just
yeah,
got the YouTube stream up while he's driving across the country. That's real safe, Ray. Yeah.
And
save the gambling for the WSOP, not on the road.
He was telling me he had a decent stack on the bubble of the Flight 1B of the Mystery Millions, and Manzamani was going all in every hand.
Shocker. I'm so surprised.
Did you hear about Manzamani?
No, I mean, he's a lunatic when he plays.
Laid Alan Kessler 32-1 to win a bracelet this year, and then he side bet I think 10 players versus Alan Kessler because Kessler didn't get drafted in the 25K fantasy. So Alan's mad that he didn't get drafted. Mattisau's mad that he didn't get drafted for $3. I love the fantasy. It just rubs people's egos the wrong way. It's the best thing.
Is 32-1 the right price? Feels like it should be more, longer.
I don't know. I really don't know. It feels like it has to be longer, right?
I mean, I don't know. All I know is Alan Kessler was in the Poker Stake chat complaining about the structure of the 08, saying that it was faster than some $600 tournament. I mean, this guy is just outrageous with his complaints when it comes to the structures.
Either way, 1B is coming to a close in about 15 minutes.
So they play into the money and down to like a certain percentage?
They play 22 levels.
Okay. How long are the levels on day one?
I think they're 30 minutes, right? 30 or 40 minutes?
I don't know.
89 players left, 1,800 started the flight. So they're getting down pretty quickly.
How many were in the flight last year? I mean, not that it matters because there's
different
one extra starting
I don't
flight.
really think it's worth comparing. But
I mean, it's worth comparing the overall number. I mean, you think that they should. I think they got right around 18,000, a little bit more last year. With an extra flight, I mean, I think you would hope they would get 19 or 20.
Yeah.
I think that would be the hope, which, those final flights of these multi-flight no limit hold'em tournaments are always just ridiculously big. So, I expect whenever that day 1E is just going to be wild, wild, wild. So.
The other event today.
It looks like they got the final four hands being played in the 5K. Continue.
The other event that started, we have the 5K.
Yeah, that one.
8-handed 4-day event that's going to take forever, according to some people.
Which will be our first stream.
Be our first PokerGO live stream. Chip leader as of this minute. Victoria Lifshitz, PGT regular. She has 400K. Sean Daniels, who I threw a little dig at, asked him where has he been, why is he in another studio. 330K. He's
sitting with Sean D. winning WPTs.
Yeah, I guess so. Brian Green, he's up there, 226K. Tony Lin, 196K. I'm trying to look for our boys.
Yeah, but our boys have the same counts as when I left here at 5 o'clock, so I don't trust
Jeremy Osmus, 110K. And Yuri Richardson, 87K.
Yeah, when I left, they had those exact stacks.
Well, they're still in, though, at least. That means they're still in because they haven't been busted. So
how do you know that they're still in?
Because if they're busted, you can't search for
yours.
them.
On yours.
Yeah.
You're looking on. I'm on Poker News.
Yeah. So that's got registration open for, I think, until start of play tomorrow. No, first break tomorrow. And then the other event that started today, 1,500 Omaha high-low, the greatest Omaha high-low player in the world, self-proclaimed Clyde Snack Attack Gaskins, who we talked about this other show. Fourth in chips right now, 155K. We must have given him some good luck when we took that photo. I got 3 Clyde Gaskins Snack Attack hats. Do you want one?
3?
Well, I had to give one to
Did he give them to you? Is that where you got them?
I got him via another method, but I have him. But chip leader,
I don't know
John
what that
Holly.
means, but okay.
John Holly, chip leader there. Like I said, Clyde Gaskin's fourth, defending, reigning WSOP Player of the Year. Scott Seaver commented on my beautiful mullet. Fifth in chips. He's coming.
Yeah,
Gonna win another 3 bracelets. Robert Mizrahi's up in the top 10. Quick scroll down. Scott Clemens has some chips. Yeah. It's a quick little recap of the 4 events going on today.
I love the WSOP because you get these people that I'd be like, that person would never play this tournament, but here they are. Yep. Chris Unikin is just in this $1,500 08 for God knows what reason. He's playing that tournament. Like, I'm like, Chris Unikin is like, he'll play most of the no limit stuff, obviously the super big buy-in stuff. No, he's just $1,500 08. I'm in there.
Bracelet bets? Maybe.
I mean, who knows? I mean, it could be anything. I mean, it could be. Yeah, is he in there on your thing? Because it could be an incorrect thing where I'm looking.
In the 08?
I just want to verify. But I mean, it says he's in there, so I don't have any reason to doubt why he would be in there. But yeah, it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Do we have anyone in there? How do I even work this freaking thing?
He is one of the chip leaders.
Yeah, of course he is. Well, I mean, why wouldn't
he be? Yeah, why wouldn't he be? Who would we have in there? Oh, John Shulman. Saw him in the 5K.
In the 5K?
Yeah, did.
Beautiful. Good. We're going to get 3 people at the final table of the 5K. Oh, we got Tommy Coral in the...
saw Tommy Coral.
In this 1,500 08.
Didn't see Boris Angelov in the 5K.
I did not either. He liked my tweet, so I don't know what he's doing.
Maybe he's coming. Maybe he's on his way.
Yeah, I'm sure he's on his way. He'll probably win. I heard it's funny. I heard he's bracelet chasing. Well, okay, great. I mean, I love that.
Where are you, buddy?
One of the things that's also been happening to me more so than any other year is been nonstop getting hit up to make side bets for fantasy, which I don't do side bets. I did one. I did one because it's with a friend. It's with Jeff Platt, our team versus his team. I shouldn't have done it though because I actually really like his team. So I'm probably taking the slight worst of it. Maybe we're even.
Short end of the stick, as they say.
I mean, it's probably even. So why would I just take even money? That said, I don't often do side bets. I just have too much money wrapped up in the team, so I don't care to do the side bet stuff. So yeah, I just kind of stay out of the way for all that sort of stuff. But it is what it is. I watched Daniel Negreanu's vlog, as did you. Or I watched a good chunk of it. I didn't watch all of it yet.
I watched the whole thing. I saw my little cameo.
Cameo, huh? Oh, yeah, at the beginning. Yeah, when he walked in. The vlogs are great. I absolutely love them. I'm happy they're back. I wish Daniel would do more of them throughout the year, but that's fine. Getting the rundown. Did you see any random player of the days?
Oof.
I already know, by the way, that Rich is going to yell at us because you're probably way out of frame because you keep moving all around.
Can't help
because
it,
you had to hold the microphone.
Okay, let's talk about these. Look at this. How high this mic
I know,
stand
they're
is.
ridiculous. We got to buy new ones.
It's too high, and I just feel comfortable like holding it. So
yeah, any random player of the day though.
How random are we talking?
I mean, just throw some out there and I'll tell you if it's wrong.
Okay, well, we can start with Chris Hunichin in the 1500 PLO.
Yeah, but that's not random player of the day. Random player of the day is like...
I think it matters what event you're in too.
No.
No?
Now you're just bending the rules.
I wasn't paying much attention to the random player of the day, to be honest. I saw,
I mean, I'll tell you that I don't think I saw anyone. Random player of the day would be Lee Child's dealing.
Yeah, that's
random player of the day.
Random person of the day. He gets that one.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that's really it. Everything else I feel like has been par for the course. I think yesterday we got word that Huck Seed was in the 1K Mystery Millions, which I think that would be a pretty big surprise. Now, I didn't personally see him, but if true, I mean, is Huck back? Is he blasting everything? What's he doing, right?
Don't know. I really don't know.
I have not seen Gus Hansen, even though it sounded like the people at the draft had some intel that Gus Hansen was going to be playing a lot here, so I guess we'll see. I know Daniel also talked about Gus in his vlog. He had him on one of his lists, I think maybe tier 4 or tier 5. So, again, it'll be great to see if the Great Dane is back. No Ivy sighting yet,
Not
unless
yet.
he's popped into the 5K that I haven't seen, but no Ivy sighting yet. Phil Hellmuth. Oh, by the way, something that I think went under the radar. So you and I have been on Phil Hellmuth. He's going to play the main event. Okay.
Yep.
Then he does this social media poll the other day, and he's like, I'm going to let you guys decide, vote. Should I play? Should I not? I mean, he's already just backing out, as we all expected. But when he showed up at the draft, I don't know if you caught it on Daniel's vlog. Daniel said, hey, Phil, we need to know, are you playing the main event? And Phil said, yes, I am.
Maybe the poll had ended.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying. That's
when I voted, it was a consensus yes.
Of course it's a yes. I mean, come on, man. He should come out as Benedict Arnold for being a traitor to himself.
Wow.
I mean, I'm just saying, right? He's just, or Pinocchio because he lied. I mean, look, I'm just saying, like the guy lied. I mean, we all thought it was ridiculous that he was not going to play anyway. The question is, when is he going to play? Is he going to come in super late on day 1? Is he going to late reg on day 2? Listen, Phil should just play day 2 ABC, come in max late.
Yep.
If he advances, he's got the next day off.
Yep.
And then if you advance after that, I mean, it's just, well, okay, you're in it, man. Like, that's how you should do it, Like, and him coming in late, coming in for the day 2 ABC, like that plays to his strengths. Not as deep, he can just kind of play his game, be tight, pick his spots, do the whole zoom stuff. Like that would be, if I was advising him, that's what I would tell Phil Hellmuth to do. Come in at the close of reg 2 ABC, be the last person to register on that day. That way, if you advance, you got that next day off. Then you come back for day 3. I mean, that's the way to do it, Phil. That is the way to do it if you are concerned about the length, the stamina thing, and all of that. All right. I don't think you and I have much else to talk about. Again, it's still obviously very early here at the 2025 WSOP. Tomorrow, it does sound like we are going to have a bracelet winner to talk about from the industry employees event. So we'll hit on that. And yeah, stay tuned all summer long. First stream is coming up on Saturday. It's going to be the final table of the 5K No Limit Hold'em. What was the code word that we had yesterday?
5K fantasy. All one word.
Got it.
Yep.
So we're going to basically, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but the way that I believe you described it is we'll have these code words that people can enter into the Gleam contest. The link will be in the description of this podcast, both wherever you're listening to your podcast or if you are watching on YouTube. And then we'll have the code word be up for a couple days, and then we'll switch it out. We'll go to another one, etc. But for right now, it is 25K fantasy. So get on in there. All right, that's going to do it for us. For Tim Duckworth in the Shades, my name is Donnie Peters, and we will talk to you guys next time.
So yeah.